Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. Today I want to do a reading for the collective. So I want to inform you of the energies as I have experienced them today, the messages that I have received. So for those of you that tongue twister already, interesting. So yes, every time you try something new, you get tongue-tied, so to speak. And that brings me very quickly to a vision that I received earlier when I was just waking up. It was like between states. There is something to do with that. I'll get to it. There's so many messages. So be aware of psychological manipulation because it can lead to physiological issues physiological issues that can be reverse engineered, but they can manifest if unresolved. In other words, it's almost like if you find yourself getting twisted, so to speak, psychologically, like someone pulls I don't know what you would call it, but like a bait and switch kind of thing, energy with you, leaving you confused, like disoriented, or in some way like there's something here. Don't allow those types of events to go uncalled out. You want to call things like that out. All right. Don't, because it'll leave you in that in-between state. Okay, so I did take a lot of notes. And I do record the process that I go through prior to my readings. So there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of high vibrational energy, okay? A lot of feels clean, feels clear, feels healthy, feels upbeat, feels light, feels clear in many ways. And I will say that there still are some energies out there that create, consider it a friction that it's like what do you call that, right before the car turns on, which is the part that gives you that spark that puts the fuses, the starter, I think, right? The starter. There could be, you may have had issues with the starter of a vehicle, or you're just aware of someone with issues with their vehicle. Maybe it has to do with the starter, but it could also be you and your physical body. There could have been an issue with your own starter. Your starter could be your solar plexus energy. It could be other chakras, but I'm being inclined to consider the solar plexus energy. But okay, I guess maybe. So yeah, the starter. Yeah, all right. Leave it alone. Moving on. So from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. That was a note that I took. That was a note. Oh, I'm really like, my words today are just getting kind of messy. Not cool. Let's see. From the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. I did take notes yesterday, okay? But I wasn't inclined to share those notes from yesterday, and I don't think it's relevant to share them now, or I don't think it's necessary to bring up yesterday's energies today at this point, so I'm going to leave it as is. But there's something to be said about standing on your own 2 feet, and when you do that, be firm on the ground. When your feet are firm on the ground, if you really tap in or tune into your body, you will see how the energy from the soles of your feet, you can do like a daily check-in of your chakra system. You can work your way up from your feet to the crown of your head. It's a way of checking in with the body, whether or not, where there is an imbalance. When you can stand straight on your 2 feet, on the ground, stable, and breathe in a balanced way, okay? Just that posture, stand in that posture and literally breathe in that posture. You can do a morning ritual of doing a check-in. It's like a full body. And there's, oh gosh, there's so much coming through. All right, so anyways, consider that if you might. Today is a 3-day, just so you know, Monday, Moon Day, but it is also a 3 energy. So a lot of the 3 could be significant, but there's a lot of creative energy, okay? So some look at you from the soul, others from fragments of the soul. So you might be making yourself aware, or you might want to be aware of when somebody is looking at you from the soul. There's love. You feel fully embraced. When somebody is seeing you from fragments of their soul, you're not getting full receptivity or initiatory energy from a person. So notice those energies from others, or maybe even from yourself when you're checked out or checked in, when interacting with another person. So the word interact, and it's like I think that's how you say it, interact, but it's interact between acts. So it means interval between 2 acts of a play or an opera. So we could be when I say we, I say the collective. That means me and whomever is here with me in this interaction. You have to say it that way so no one takes things personally, because I wouldn't say we to anyone else other than whoever is here with me. Okay. Anywho, between act. Interval between 2 acts of a play or an opera, a piece of music or dance performed during an entr'acte. Energetically, you can feel the in-between space of one act and another, or one storyline moving on to another storyline. So this could be happening in your, it's like the narrative or the timeline, you could say, has shifted. You feel like the energy is light again. And remember, this is all the cycles. You can feel them through the moon cycles. You can feel them through the sun. You can feel them through the personal planets. However works for you. However you can tune into what's going on within your body, and then also see what's happening in your experience of life. It's a way to be balanced internally as well as externally, because when you're in a space that feels disconnected from others or from yourself or from what you're doing, that is an imbalance, and we don't realize it. You don't realize when you're lost in something for too long and ignoring another aspect of yourself. If you're not in tune with all of yourself, if you're just being driven by your emotions, or you're just being driven by your thoughts, if you're just being driven by acting without reflecting, you're never going to really be in a place and that feels like your actions are based on it's a way to act on impulse in a safe way. It's the only way that I can put it. It's a way to act on your intuitive nature in a safe way, because sometimes your intuitive nature can make you act so quickly that you ignore certain signs, you ignore certain messages, because you're just so focused on what you see, and it's like, yes, and you want to go there, and you want to do that, and you want to move into it, and you want to move boundaries and barriers and break down whatever is in the way of you getting from A to B. And then it's like, there's a safe way to do that, which is why we want to self-check before we interact in life. Remember your purpose, and then look at it's like creativity. Creativity comes when you're free to do it, right? But to be free to do something, you also have to be in a safe environment. Just like you can practice flying in the air in a safe environment. I think that's what NASA does, or what, like, I know I'm giving a wow, but there's a reason for that example. But let's just say you can go skydiving, right? There's a process to these things. It's like, but if you're inspired to do something, be prepared to do it appropriately. And a lot of people don't self-assess, or don't check, is this going to be good for me before I throw myself in there? Is this going to be to my benefit if I put myself through that? Is this really the safest way to do this? Or can I maybe consider being informed? I think that's the best way to put it. Be well informed before acting, but don't get so well informed that you no longer take an action. And I think that's the act in between, the interval between two acts of a play, of an opera, sorry. So that message could be significant for you if this resonates, if you're led to this video today. So dream, there's the dream space. Okay, so something to do with, there was a table. I dreamt with a table, but the table was like a fold table, and it had like two squares that can fold. So this is the symbology. Two squares that can fold and open. So in the dream, I was telling a man, it's almost like I was letting him know, there's the table, and I was letting him know, and this is how you can fold it. Letting him know there was two parts to the table. So take that as you will. There's a masculine energy that came through. There was a lot of love there, but it could be someone that I feel like there's a unintegrated masculine energy that has like it's connected. So there could be there's a feminine energy that you could, imagine you have someone a friend, and you tell this friend about this person that you're with. But then you and this person, your person have some kind of argument or falling out or something. You tell your friend about your relationship, right? You clearly talk about your relationship to your friend, about this partnership. But then you had like a falling out in the partnership, and now this person comes around again and they want to fix things with you. They want to work things out. But this friend looks like they're jealous, and from their position, they're afraid for you. they're concerned for you, and the reason for their concern is, well, this person already did you wrong, or already showed you their colors, or already showed you who they are. But you're not ready to let go of figuring it out, or you're not ready to let go of that relationship yet. So that friend could be angry at you for choosing to move forward in that relationship. At the end of the day, that friend has to, if they love you, they will let you go through your experience. But then there's that thin line between safety and letting people trust their own intuition. Everyone has their path. Everyone has their own way to do something. So we're not here to, in the physical, it is our job to do the best that we can within the boundaries we're in terms of our version of wanting to help another. And so I feel like that's what's going on here. Like you could have because in the dream there was a feminine and a masculine from the past that suddenly looked the part, right? Or suddenly looked like this can actually work, or this is a new version of this person, because the energy felt clean, clear, almost like if whatever karmic energy could have been between you and this masculine has been cleared. Like there is no bad blood. That word, bad blood, and I'll explain in a second. But there's this friend, and there could also be motive that this friend, which is a feminine energy, it could be a masculine, that you just, it's a person that you're emotionally connected with, that cares about you. They care about you, but I think this person might care for you more than they're willing to admit. So this is a friend that cares about you more than they're willing to admit. In other words, they care about you in a way that is secret from you. And take that as you will. It could be that they have romantic feelings for you. It could be a way that they're connected, that somehow there's an aspect to your dynamic that this person has a larger interest in you that they're not exposing. But why are they not exposing that? Why aren't they letting you in on that? Why don't they want you to know? So does that mean that it's negative? Does it mean that they're taking their time to understand? I don't know. But anyway, now when I said about bad blood, there's something to do with blood money. There could be someone, an energetic vampire, so to speak, that might be trying to buy your... I don't know what they're buying. It's almost like indirectly trying to give back to you. This could also be attached to an organization. It's like, notice the cycles of the moon and who tries to exchange energy with you. Who reaches out, that feels almost systemic, okay? That it isn't just two best friends having a conversation, or whatever. This is like a system or a person that seems to be coming around in a certain kind of way, and every time they come, they exchange energy with you. Be mindful of who's exchanging with you and what kind of energy. Here's another thing. People are slick, and there could be someone that wants you to assume. They want you to assume. They want you in fear. So what they're willing to do is, this could be a person that actually has to exchange energy with you. In other words, it could be a job has to pay you every week this amount. Or someone is doing a job that you already paid for, and they're doing their part. So there's like an energy that is supposed to be giving you this energy, but they don't want to give you that energy. They want to find a way to, because they're already giving minimum. They're already providing minimum of the energy that they know they're supposed to do. So it could be you could be working on a housing project and they're supposed to be done by now, or they're supposed to have provided you the services right at the onset. Like there shouldn't be a backlog, or there shouldn't be some kind of energetic anyways, be mindful that this energetic exchange, what they're wanting is for you to assume that it's somehow some kind they want to put fear in you when they exchange this money in you, so that you reject it, so that if you reject it and say, I don't even want it, whether it's money, whether it's a service, it's almost like purposely they're injecting something negative into what they're giving, so that you can refuse it and they can get away with not exchanging or not providing you what they are supposed to provide you. It's like a slick way of trying to get they know it's like they got a profit dealing with you, and they know that, or they got a bargain, or a big, they got a great deal. Let's just say whatever it is, they got more than they were supposed to get, or more than they deserve to get, and they're trying to do it in a way where you can cancel it, or where you're not going to want to receive it from them, even though they're already providing minimum service, or they're already providing the minimum exchange possible. But also, even that minimum, they don't want to do. They don't want to give. They would, if they could, they wouldn't even exchange that. So consider that energy how you will, how it's playing out in your experience. What did I put here? Organic body movement. So spirit could be inspiring your body to move in certain ways. But these movements are energizing and healing your internal systems. So, and to bring balance, notice how, like we were talking about standing on your feet, that you can feel if you do like a quick check-in, you can feel the energy, how it moves. Wherever there might be an imbalance, wherever you may feel that in the body, that is the area that that the healing is taking place in. And it does affect different, like we mentioned, the throat chakra. I don't know if did I mention that? The throat chakra, and then it could be affecting the heart chakra. I may have mentioned that, or maybe not yet. Oops. It's coming forward, and it'll come. It's somewhere in here. There's a lot. Like I said, I got a lot today. Okay, so this song, it's called A Taste. Well, El Gusto. I used to think that word gusto meant like desire, but it's actually taste. But I don't know if you can say that they're one and the same in a certain way. Okay. There it is. I forgot where it was. Okay. Don't mind me, folks. Give me one moment so I can get it. I had it prepared, but I guess I lost it. Doesn't it go in English? Okay, maybe Spirit doesn't want me to translate this because I had a hard time finding it to begin with. And then I had it. Oh, maybe I can. Here it is. Hold on, let's see. Just open all the links. Is there more? Yeah, it cleared it. I had it translated in English already. Ready to share it. There it is. Yay. Okay. The taste. Sorry, guys. The taste. I can't stop enjoying it. To kiss you. My taste doesn't even get wet. Okay, that part is weird. Hold that thought. Okay, it's like this masculine. Okay, this is a masculine energy that really wants to this is him loving you. Okay, like, I can't stop enjoying it to kiss you. My taste doesn't even get wet to hug you. The pleasure does not even leave me of loving you, and without fear, without panic or disgust. You don't disgust him. You don't disgust him. Okay, that makes sense though. Like, people that are like maybe not touchy-feely types, for this might be a masculine that's not very touchy-feely, but with you, they can be touchy-feely all day long. They love being around your energy. They love touching you. They love kissing you, tasting you. It's like, oh God, let me just stop. Okay, the taste does not weaken to elevate myself until the last taste of your longings. The taste does not evaporate to fall asleep listening in my ears your words. I'm glad to spend this pleasure that lifts me from my ruin and puts me back together. Pleasure that takes me to the door of scares. Fright that is the pleasure of two souls. I can't stop enjoying it to kiss you. My taste doesn't even get wet. I don't know. Why would he say that? But I think it's just a bad translation, to be honest. It's a bad translation, but I guess you get the gist. Look at that. Okay, no, let me stop. All right. Oh my gosh. No se me quita el gusto de besarte, ni se me el gusto de adorarte. So it's like, he can't get, okay, it's not that he can't get enough, it's that he's almost surprised. This is what the gist of the song, how I received the song when I listened to it. The sentiment as I've felt the song is more to do with, it's almost like after all these years, I still desire you, basically. After all these years, I still love the taste of you. I still, like, your presence, your energy, your kisses, your touch, your taste, all of that energy. How you feel to this masculine in his pleasures, in his senses, you're still his favorite. You're still his most delicious. You're still all that embodies you in that way is what this masculine enjoys. So you're like his favorite dish, his favorite drink, his favorite experience. That's you. Oh my. So somebody's like, shut up, shutting up. Shut up, shutting up. It's so funny. See, when I was taking the notes, it could be, a lot of time between the messages as they're coming through, right? But when you're reading them off, it looks like everything is going, back to back, but it's not really like that. But when you see it this way, shut up, shutting up, you can tell that it's like somebody isn't comfortable with me talking about how delicious the taste. Okay. Anyways, Italy could be significant. There was something about when they mentioned the pleasure, right? There's something. Okay, it had to do with. Okay, see, so maybe I do have to give the notes from yesterday because there's already like two things that are significant. That's Amore was a song that came through yesterday with Dean Martin, which is when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's Amore. I'm doing it in a faster way. But when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Amore. It's like somebody's eye just That's amore. Oh my God, that's love. Holy shit. I didn't know that that was love. Somebody could be feeling like that, divine feminine, a masculine who just realized you're his fantasy girl, because that was the song that came through right after. I got Pisces energy from that. A masculine that's very idealistic, but lives in his fantasy realm, right? Or in his dream realm. Or maybe this masculine was always in some kind of like mentally always in a fog of fear of some kind. Maybe when it came to relationships, maybe they couldn't see straight when it came to relationships, or when it came to love, and or maybe their feelings. They weren't comfortable with their feelings. But they realized when the moon hits their eye like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. So there's a part that they say, when the stars... So, oh my God, do I have to get the lyrics now? Yes, I do. Because it's like, it was so cute. But it's funny too. Should be. I guess I could just put it in. That's amore. Oh my God. Why does it keep doing this? There's a reason my phone is difficult to navigate. It's not because I'm slow, folks. I cracked the screen on this phone, which is why I use it for these. There it is. Okay, the lyrics. That's amore. In Napoli, where love is king, when boy meets girl, here's what they say. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta e fazool, that's amore. That is good. Pasta fazool. I used to eat that at, where was that? Olive Garden. I'd be like, yeah, fajouli. Give me a fajouli. I don't know. I don't even think I'm saying it right, but they'll always correct me. But anyways, that's love, okay? When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. But you know you're not dreaming. Sigmore? Scusami. But you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. Anyways, okie dokie. That's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Anyway, so this masculine has realized they're in love. It's Pisces. They could have just been like lost in their head somehow when it comes to love, and they're coming to a realization. I feel like third eye chakra opening. So the point daily is to be at 100% in all ways, in how you feel and how you give and receive and how you do and how you be. That should be your compass for your balance, how to be 100% without compromising your integrity in your mind, body, and soul. So when mind, body, soul, the color purple could be significant. Maybe that movie is significant. But mind, body, soul, maybe the color purple for that energy. To be kind of like in alignment. That's crown chakra energy, also third eye energy. This okay, so the reason I even decided to go to yesterday's reading, and that I believe it is relevant to the reading today, there was when I talked about body movements, okay, and spirit using the body to like balance and whatnot. What's all this shaking about? Someone did a double mic drop. Now, what's all the shaking about? There's another reference to that in a second. I'll get to that. Then there was tainted love, soft cells. So something to do with the cells, blood cells, I don't know. But maybe someone's learning to be softer emotionally speaking. But okay, tainted love came through sometimes. Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you're driving to the heart of me. The love we shared seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light, for I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I've given. I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears, and that's not nearly all. Tainted love. Tainted love. Don't touch me, please. I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you, though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. So this sounds like a runner, masculine, right? But what's all this shaking about? Whatever the double mic drop was, someone it's almost like they said their piece and they left it alone, but whoever they told this to stayed kind of like they didn't say anything. They heard what was said, and that was enough. They heard more than enough. But I feel like it checked someone, corrected someone, or made someone be like, that's it. Like, I get it. I got it. I understand now. Or I understood you, or I understood the point. Whatever it is, it was clear and concise. If these messages are convoluted, my apologies, but that spirit does not put all the pieces in a perfect puzzle for me. Just pretty much gives the information. Take it as you will. These are the energies as they come through, okay? Something about an airplane landing, and that sounds very generalized, I know, but it was because the song Tainted Love, at the end of that song, if you hear the extended version of that song, it sounds like an airplane. And yesterday I didn't just hear that sound. It was the fact that it took so long, and it's, oh my God, it goes even more with what's ahead in these notes. If you hear the sound of that, it's almost like, how close is this aircraft? Okay, because I felt an actual aircraft it sounded like I don't know if it was a helicopter. It sounded more like a helicopter, but the sound of the propeller or the landing, I don't know what I was hearing, but it was loud. If you listen to the ending of the song Tainted Love from Soft Cell, at the end of the extended version, you'll hear what the sound that I'm talking about. It's like an airplane landing, but it's like it takes long because it's like so large. That was the feeling I got, okay? So anyways, take that as you will, because when I talk about this airplane landing thing and what I'm going to say later, you'll see. A healing has manifested. Wholeness is in the mind, body, and soul. Someone could be feeling like a miraculous healing that took place. Someone could be maybe even going to church. I heard Amen, Hallelujah. The church theme came through. Yesterday was Sunday, so it could just be that, because people are going to church. But that energy came through. But there was almost like maybe there was conversation about miracle healing, but I feel like chakras were healed, and perhaps what I mentioned earlier, the throat and heart chakra, is allowing the flow to move through the body, and that flow is a creative flow. It's the God force energy that flows through us. Here it is. From a bag of clackety bones to a sense of full hollowness and lightness. So I heard like in a masculine voice making like a joke of it, like that they felt like a bag of clackety bones to feeling a sense of full hollowness. I was going to say wholeness, but it could be wholeness too, but it's hollowness. They gave the impression of like a sand balloon, but light. It's weird. Like a balloon with sand, but it was light. Okay. I'm also getting new materials. I know that sounds strange, a little weird, but I am getting like kind of like, I think when it was like in the 50s when we started, like suddenly these new metals started to come about. I feel like there might be something to do with that, or maybe like a new healing technology or something with like some kind of that's just the way it came to, like some kind of like new alloyed. I just heard the voice of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alloyed. Why is Arnold in this conversation? Okay. So then so I hear, everything's so clear. I smell, everything's so clear. I see. So this is like affirmations for all your like senses, right? I see, everything's so clear. I speak. Notice that speak came 4 times instead of 3 like the others. Everything's so clear. So the number 4 could be significant, or I don't know. The other 3 were 3 times, and this was 4. So something about the number 4, the number 3. Today's a 3 day. Maybe this one, I don't know if it's like, Anyways, let me be quiet. I feel everything so clear. I am. All whole I am. And then I do know the words. So you could feel like you finally understand someone, or someone finally understands you. Or maybe like I saw a clip of Antonio Banderas. This could have been an old clip. I don't know if it was in the recent like Grammys. So maybe the Grammys could be significant. But there's a singer that wanted to give honor to not only. Okay, so this is like maybe. I don't know what their dynamics are realistically. All I can say is that the singer is younger. Antonio Banderas could be maybe his father figure or something like that, right? A masculine looking up to this father figure, maybe just in the industry of arts. But he asked him, "Do you know the lyrics to this song? Do you know?" He's like, "Okay, I know the words. And then he had to go out and get the lyrics, bring it back, and then together they started singing the song right there at his table. So he agreed to it. Then he eventually goes on stage with him. So it's like this person was performing, or is performing, this masculine is performing on stage. He sees his mentor, and I say mentor because he obviously admires this man. Like I said, I don't know their dynamics, but to go out of his way to go to this man that's there as a guest to watch him perform, and he pulls him out of the crowd and asks him, "Do you know the lyrics to this song?" "Yes, I do." "And can you sing it with me? I would like you to sing it with me." And he shot, he it's not like he's not shy. He's an actor. He doesn't, and apparently he's in, Puss in Boots. Isn't that him? Antonio Banderas? I don't remember. I'm not good with that movie, that cartoon or whatever. But he is, he sings in his acts, and I think he did like Evita. Was it Evita? I don't know. I just know Antonio Banderas is not just an actor. He also sings. It's the freaking point. But he's mainly known as an actor. So the fact that he was invited to sing along was kind of like a big deal in bringing those. That could be it too. Bringing those two artistries together in one act, in one show. We talked about the entracte, in between the acts and in between intervals, like a piece of music, right? It's kind of coming together, folks. It's coming together somehow, some way. I know these are the energies because I just know that they are. How they come together for you is going to be different with someone else and another, but that the message is there. These are the energies, how you may experience them. I'm just giving you one perspective of when you're dealing with your masculine, where these energies may play out for you. Okay? So yeah, I do know the words that somebody could be saying that in like a situation like that. So, When I mentioned the blood money, I wanted to mention also that there's a masculine energy that may be paying another masculine energy. But the masculine energy that's paying the other masculine energy is receiving it from an organization. An organization is paying a masculine. That masculine is paying a third party. That third party is bringing that to you. And you're receiving this energy. And when you receive it, the agency then monitors what you do with the energy. Money, energy, take it however. But moving forward. The taste. Okay, we went there. Shut up. Oh, somebody may have gotten on their soapbox. So there's like a conversation where, somebody finally felt that they were allowed to speak. They felt they were allowed to say what they had to say. And they were comfortable with saying it because they felt understood. They felt that they were in a crowd that receives their message. So that could be significant for some of you. It could just be that you found a group of individuals that relate to you, or you found a person that you can really talk freely with, or someone that your person or someone could be experiencing those energies where they're feeling like they were given their proper platform to say what they had to say about what they wanted to say, and they felt good because there's like LOL behind it. But it's like, maybe that's the person that did the double mic drop. I don't know how do you do a double mic drop, but they did a double mic drop. So, okay, so here we have another masculine. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it. Yes, I'll die for you. And my love is true. I forgot the lyrics. This is definitely a masculine this is a masculine that wants to take care of you. They want to please you. They want to support you. They have the means to take care of you. Like, there's a masculine that appreciates the divine feminine energy. They appreciate you just for loving them, or just for how you take care of them, or how you they really appreciate like they don't need anything from you. They don't need or want anything from you, like that they can't do for themselves, so to speak. So this is a masculine that's very secure in their energy, and is just showing you they want to spoil you, they want to treat you, they want to treat you how you deserve to be treated. This is giving me a masculine that knows the value of the woman he's looking at, or the woman that he's interested in, or he knows the quality that he's looking for. So when he sees it, he knows what it is, he does his part to ensure that she's pleased and happy. The happier and more pleased she is, the happier, more pleased he feels with her. There's also the love song came through with Rihanna and Future. So a lot the future is coming up. So it's like maybe moving forward, or forward thinking, or looking ahead into the next, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, there's going to be like a focus on what's ahead, because there's nothing to resolve. It's like I don't want to say things have broken even, but it's like there's a balance where things are present. So to move forward is a path. To move forward now is a path. So the freedom to move forward. So love song. Oh baby, with your time. I forgot the song. Say my name. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. And I hope I'm not sounding too desperate. I need love and affection. Oh, okay. Divine Feminine, there's a masculine this is a masculine that's not afraid to say, I need love. I need love. I want your love. And they're going to tell you very, very clearly, I need love and affection, and I want you to give it to me. So it's very comfortable expressing their feelings with you. There's a masculine that's very comfortable telling you how he feels, what he needs, what he wants, and they can maybe even have a tantrum, but it's without the hard feelings or any of those things, and then it's like you can both laugh it off kind of energy. So you've lost that loving feeling. So it's funny because it's like you've lost, the song, you've lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling, now it's gone, all gone. All right, the Righteous Brothers. So this is what's funny. There's a masculine that feels like you've lost that love and feeling for them. You don't love them anymore. That person, known as the Righteous Brothers, this could be a masculine with his, okay, I'm going to get to that, but right now I feel like coughing. Oh my. I'll be coming right back. I have to pause because I need some water. See, I can't do this shit. Hold on, folks. All right, I see the timer still there, but I don't know why is my pause not pausing, folks. Oh. Okie dokie. I'm better now. Okay, so you've lost that loving feeling, right? The Righteous Brothers. So this is giving me like a masculine with his boys or whatever that might be feeling righteous about blaming you, Divine Feminine, blaming you for not loving them anymore or whatever. And it's like, maybe you gave them their opportunity, maybe you gave them their, their time, but if they didn't make things work, they didn't make things work, and now they're feeling kind of sorry for themselves, or they're feeling bad. They're in their emotions. They're wanting, if you could only love me like you used to do. We had a love you don't find every day. That's what they're thinking or saying. But then what was interesting is that I got the Jimmy Fallon and Tom Cruise parody that came through. When I heard the song, it reminded me of that. They're like mocking that song. Not really, they're not mocking it, but it gave me the impression when I got this vision of Jimmy Fallon and Tom Cruise. They're kind of singing the ending, and they're kind of laughing. If you've ever seen it on SNL, Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Fallon, Tom Cruise singing "You Lost That Loving Feeling" to an audience member, and they're kind of just laughing or whatever. But it gives me Righteous Brothers. You got these two masculines. It could be, like I said, you could have dated a masculine. Maybe he had a brother that was always in your way in some way, like or always kind of like talking in his ear somehow, kind of like making you look bad in his, or you know, a masculine that can't let go of his boys to be with his feminine of some kind. So I feel like now there might be some other masculines kind of mocking this masculine now that they're kind of in their feelings, like they're being exposed, or some of their boys, they might have lost connection with some of their friends, and those friends are now looking at them like kind of foolish in a way, making fun of them, mocking them. So the Beach Boys' "Don't Worry Baby" came through. I love that song. So this song makes me think that you could be telling the masculine, or the masculine could be telling you, or you might be feeling, I don't know how you interpret this, take it as you will. You may be saying "don't worry" to your masculine, or you might be picking up that there's something going on and you want them not to worry. Okay, so I did have this very interesting dream. It was like an event in the sky. It felt like aliens. Now, when I mentioned earlier about the plane landing, that's the sound. That sound of a plane landing. It becomes like overwhelming loud, that you feel like this big like energy over you. However, and I say it felt like aliens, but that was in the dream. I couldn't really see, but it felt like a huge ship in the air, right? That was a vibe. I just heard there was this like I don't know if it was a myth or a rumor or something about Nostradamus had predicted the city of 76, and that was back in the day when the USS Ronald Reagan was going to deploy from Virginia to California, where they were going to be stationed. So the military could be significant, the Navy, Reagan, or Republicans. I don't know. But anywho, the dream. There was this whole feeling of like, I say it felt like aliens because I couldn't really see what it was. It was night, and it felt like a huge ship. But you see how quickly I go from one point of the story to the other, and then I forget I didn't finish that one. Sorry. Who knows? Maybe that's not okay. Anyways, some things you say, some things you don't, some things you can't. I don't know. Maybe that's the mind prohibiting. Maybe that's conscious prohibiting. Maybe that's just my body is only saying what comes through. All right. Anyway, the city of 76. There was a thing. I don't remember, but there was something to be said about the city of 76. It was like a city in the sky, I think or a city in the sea. City in the sea. I mean, look it up if you want to. But when it was deploying, I remember there was a lot of that was going around on base. People talking about, yeah, did you hear about the, there was it had to kind of do with 9/11 as well. So maybe that's significant for some reason that's coming through. But it had to do with kind of like the same looming prophecy or something weird like that. So people had thought that maybe it meant 9/11 was happening, and then somebody else came through and said, oh no, because it specifically says City of 76. So when the Ronald Reagan was deploying its first deployment, there was a lot of fear attached to, like, if like something, war related was going to occur, or to that ship, or something negative, some looming thing was going to happen. Anywho, the dream itself that I said felt that there was like an event in the sky. I remember looking up and not really being able to tell what it was, but it was so like wow. So maybe there's like a feeling of that, like you're going to feel like something is so, energy is so abundant or so big. To some, it might bring about fear. To some, it might bring astonishment. To another, it might just bring about like a whole shock, like wow, like unbelievable awe. I don't think it's bad because I didn't feel fear in the dream. It was more of like holy shebangles. This is awesome. This is amazing. So it could be seeing the aurora borealis. I don't know if I said that right. It could be that. Just something awe-inspiring. It could be like a shooting star. But hey, it could be anything, right? Every rose has its thorn. That's all I'll say about that. Maybe somebody's looking at, at someone and realizing, everyone has pain. Everyone has, everyone can hurt you. Everyone can hurt you because everyone has parts of themselves that are their protective space, or how they protect themselves. So even the most beautiful rose has thorns, can hurt you. Even what you consider to be the most beautiful, like the most innocent, the most pure, the most sweet, even that has thorns. Even that can hurt you if you're very sensitive. So consider that. Noches de fantasía, so nights of fantasies, in search for a star without being able to reach it. There's a masculine energy that the nights of fantasy, like this person had maybe an ideal fantasy and realized it could still be this one with the lost that loving feeling, okay? But maybe they were caught up in fantasies about the ideal person, and then realized, they were in search for a star without being able to reach it. It was like an unreachable fantasy until they come to conclusions that every rose has its thorns. So, but there's something about, she brought the fire in one kiss. In one kiss, she brought the fire. So this could be your divine masculine saying that about you. This could be a past masculine saying that about you. She brought the fire in one kiss. Like, I have like a vague recollection of whatever that event was that I saw in the sky within the dream, but it was like stars. And when I heard she brought the fire one kiss, it's like stars. This could be like someone just had like either the third eye open, or they had a massive orgasm, or they went through an entire like wow moment. Something completely wows them. So it's that kind of energy, like wow. But it could be just one kiss. Maybe it was just one kiss is all it took for this person to know, wow, this is the one. I don't know. Electronic codes or password infiltrations have been deterred. There's a security breach or intent of a security breach that failed. Just know that. Take that as you will. That could be breaching your security systems physically, your security systems mentally, your security systems at home, security systems in your car, to your personal belongings, whatever it is. There was some type of breach into your security systems, but access was denied. They couldn't infiltrate it. Hoo-wee. Who's trying to access your space, Divine Feminine, and come out with, sorry, no access? Oh, that reminds me when, back in the days when people used to use their passwords on their voicemail, right? This, for me, this was like high school stuff. Find out that the phone is getting, because it's like, okay, so you know my password. I'm not hiding anything, but it's like once you break up, you change the password. You're like, I don't want you accessing my stuff. And if you don't do it right away, they will call your phone. And as soon as it goes to voicemail, they'll be putting in that password and listening in on all your voicemails. That's so retrograde, isn't it? Okay. Love Fool by the Cardigans. Dear, I fear we're facing a problem. You love me no longer, I know. And maybe there is nothing that I can do to make you. Mama tells me I shouldn't bother, that I ought to stick to another man, a man that surely deserves me. But I think you do. So I cry, I pray, and I beg. Love me. Love me. Say that you love me. Fool me, fool me. Go on and fool me. Love me. Pretend that you love me. Need me. Pretend that you need me. Wow. So I cry and I beg for you to love me. Now, if that's not a shadow Venus, then I don't know what is. Because that's the one that showed up as a blocked throat chakra and heart chakra healing. That's a song by the Cardigans, Love Fool. Somebody could be feeling like a love fool, or somebody is a fool in love. But this is giving shadow Venus a feminine energy that maybe does not know her value well enough to know never to beg to be loved. This is giving abandonment issue wound. But definitely shadow Venus energies, okay? So some masculine could be dealing with a karmic feminine that is afraid of losing the relationship. What's wrong with the relationship? Is something wrong? Why isn't it working out? Afraid that, the relationship is coming to an end of some sort. Afraid that you don't love her anymore. Bird. Oh my God, I have my door open. I will not accept a bird coming into my house. Oh my God. Oh no, please do not come in here. Oh my God, there's two. It was right at the door. They're little tiny cute brown birds, okay? But this one was right at my door. If it would have run in, oh my God, I would have died. Two birds. Two birds, one stone. I wouldn't throw any stones at those cute little birdies. But that was a little scary, folks. It's not really scary, but you know what I mean. Like, I would be, because I don't have all the doors closed. So, okay. Oh, my boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Ella, my boyfriend's back. Ooh. Divine Feminine. You might be, there might be a karmic masculine. that was harassing you, or might have been trying to like he's gonna cut you down to size. I remember she said that part, cut you down to size. But I heard that, for starters, on Instagram, I posted on my story this chicken, a hen, right? No, first you see the rooster, and he's like cutting down a log, and he's like slicing it. And then grandma comes out, and she looks at him, and she puts up her sleeves. She takes a tree, and with her punches, she cuts it down to size, and then she makes these little clips, hanger clips, like for the laundry. This is like old school cartoons, right? So anyway, but grandma's like, you're a sissy. She calls him a sissy. She cut him down to size, and he's like, I'm gonna be a boxer or a fighter. And she looks at him like, what? So he sneaks out at night, and then he goes to the boxing ring, and he starts getting his butt beat, and she's listening on the radio to him getting his ass kicked. And then she goes to the boxing ring, and she beats the crap out of whoever was beating her grandson, and she gets a championship. But anywho, so that in that version, she's cutting down the tree, cutting it down to size, and then my boyfriend's back, you're gonna get in trouble. So it's almost like grandma went against this masculine. Divine Feminine, you may have been like, you're getting defended by everyone, like your grandma. It could be like this could be Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, getting defended by grandmother, getting defended by your person. My person's back, you're gonna get in trouble. This could be Venus, Mars energy, okay? But I'm getting like the masculine is back. The feminine is telling a karmic masculine all the ways and how her man is gonna cut him down to size, you know? So there could be something about that. I could also be maybe cutting hair. A masculine could be getting a haircut. I don't know. But cutting could be significant too. And then 3 times, so take that into consideration, something about 3. The number 3 keeps coming out. So there's also the one, like the symbol for 1 million, 1M. So I don't know if that's $1 million, 1 million views. But then there's also, it's almost like 1 million and then moving on. So I don't know if somebody's investing up to 1 million and then moving on, or they're, once they get 1 million views and then they move on, or it's, I don't know. Or only creating 1 million copies of something and then moving on, because I don't know. That's just how it came through. It was a song from Maya, Moving On. Oh, I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. I don't feel like singing right now. I sang enough before I came online. My voice is already... But I gotta be a woman. I gotta get over you. If you know what I mean. But it's not the part about what she is saying. It's what the guy is telling her. Hey, Maya, if you're gonna move on, then move this way. So Maya, the illusion, anyway, let me stop. So there's a masculine. This could be your masculine. Because for those of you that are not yet with your masculine, these could be the energies playing out up to leading to your union. Or these could be the energies that already played out with your masculine, and I'm just here to validate those energies for you. So moving on, it could be what you were saying to a masculine. But while you're saying this to a past masculine, there's another masculine asking you if you're, he kind of sees what you've been through or what you've experienced, and if you're going to move this way. So maybe a masculine is asking you to move this way, move towards them. Who knows? Then there's At Last by Etta James. My love has come home and life is like a song. My life was wrapped up in clover the night I looked at you. Here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. 11:33 could be significant. So the feminine, you could just feel very graced by this love of this masculine. It's like, at last your love has come home. At last, wrapped up in clover. It could feel like it's giving me Jupiter energies, okay? But maybe Jupiter is significant in your chart, and you feel very blessed, very charmed, very lucky. Okay, so two things came through with Charmed, okay? And you know, I'm a fan of that show, and I have them in my cards, but two stories came through. And the first one was on Instagram, Charmed Cast. They have a podcast, but it's what they said. They were talking about the episode where Leo asked Piper, so what happened there? So basically there's two feminines that are griping or bitching or complaining that the divine feminine was on strike. The divine feminine was on strike, and these two feminines had to save a fairy, okay, from being put in a box, I think is how they said it. So it's like two karmic, I want to say karmic feminines because of how they were making it sound. Because in the story, they're sisters, they're three sisters, but it's like you got these maybe there's these two feminine energies. Let's not call them feminine. There's these two feminine energies that may have been complaining that they got to do all this work and I'm so tired and I don't want to do this. Yet, kind of making it seem almost like it's because they had to do it alone because Piper was on strike. She wasn't working for. It's almost like she was on strike with the elders. She was on strike with call them however you want, the angels, the guardians, the elders is how they call them on their show. So divine feminine, you might have been on strike with your higher self, with God. You may have been defiant with spirit and been like, I'm not doing this, even though everything in you wants you to do that. Everything in you is pushing you to do that. You're like, no, I'm not doing that. Because how they were saying it is, so what happened, Piper? Why is it that, you know, why were you on strike? And then Leo answers for her, and he's like, oh, because they took Leo away from her. How is that how he said it? Oh my gosh. No, they took her Leo into the abyss. It was something so freaking, it's just the way it came through. But divine feminine, you may have felt that same way with your masculine. Like, if you're going to take away my masculine, or not give me my masculine, or not bring my masculine to me, or not make this love story happen, or not make my connection to my man be the one I have been promised, then I don't work for nobody. I don't work for God. I don't work for the devil. I don't work for nothing or no one. I'm no longer being told what to do by anything or anyone. It's like, oh, you want me to save the world? Oh, because she said something about, yeah, and she had 2 jobs. So divine feminine is like, you have massive responsibilities as it is, and then these 2 here are complaining because they have to take, do a little extra, or manage their life a little bit differently for a little bit, so that you can be on your tantrum of being on strike. Your strike has a purpose. It's a worthy cause. It's like, no, don't ask me to do something when whatever I've done for you, I'm not getting anything back. Not even not getting anything back. It's that you took you took away the thing that I was purposed for. So get out of my face. Get out my face. All right, so here's a conversation with God that I heard. I don't like the way it came through. It was almost like I don't know if it's like a book title, A Conversation with God. Isn't there a book already called like that? I think there might be. But it kind of came through like that, like a dialogue. Okay, God, I need to stop. God says, God says, stop what? Acting on impulse. And then God asks, how come? But then instead of just being a question mark after how come, it's like, how? Question mark. And then come is more of a ... How? Come. Like a receiving, like an openness. Not how we would ask, how come? Like, what do you mean? No, it's how so? Come. Speak to me. So doing something I think is wrong for me. So, okay, so I need to stop acting on impulse. How come, God asks? Because I'm doing something I think is wrong for me, but I do it anyway. And God asks, is it hurting you? He says, no. Is it hurting someone? He says, no. So what's the issue? God asks. And then he says, I don't know. And then God says, you do. And he says, I'm afraid. And then God says, fear. Fear? Is fear real or an idea? It's an idea. Is that idea a good investment in what you're creating for yourself? No. So then don't invest in it. And that's it. That was that. That was a conversation. And then I heard, every action on impulse is a program. It either hurts you or another or not. That's all. That's all, folks. All right, last thing. Okay, summer nights. So we have a masculine and a feminine that had a summer connection. Hold on. They had a summer lovin'. Summer lovin' had me a blast. Summer lovin' happened so fast. Okay, why did I do it like that? Oh, that reminds me of the Bee Gees. Because of the Bee Gees. I don't know why the Bee Gees keeps coming up. Like the high pitch. Didn't we talk about high frequency? Fast? An emphasis on fast and high pitch, high throttle. Okay, let me stop being a fool. Mars. Aries energy, maybe? I don't. I do know. Hold on. Summer Nights. Okay, so this is a song from Greece, Summer Nights. But it's a masculine and a feminine. And they're kind of, the feminine is telling her group of new female friends, because she's new to the school. So she just met this group of friends, and they're like, so what did you do over the summer? And she's like, oh, I met a boy. She's like, oh, really? Well, tell us about it. And they go into this song and dance. So the part that stood out, and then he's from this school, and he's meeting up with all his friends from last year, and they're catching up, and they're like, so tell us about, what you went through over the summer. And then he starts telling them his version of the story, hers and his version. So feminines and masculines, you could be telling your story or your version of the story, and people are like, tell me more. And the part that he's like, she swam by me, she got a cramp. And then she's like, he ran by me, got my suit damp. And then he's like, I saved her life, she nearly drowned. And her version is, he showed off, splashing around. So he's painting it out to be this hero, savior. She swam by me, she got a cramp. And she's like, no, this boy ran by me. He got my suit all damp. He saved your life, Divine Feminine, because you nearly drowned. But maybe it's true. Maybe there was a point where you were emotionally drowning, and he's telling people he saved your life. he rescued you from a depression, or he rescued you from... Now, okay, we're taking it light. We're not getting so serious in psychology, but imagine a guy bragging about how he was like your, yeah, I was her savior. I was her king. I was her man. She needed me, so I took care of her. And it's really, her version is, well, he was acting a fool, showing off, and he got me all wet. It's not like I was crying over him. He was throwing all his feelings on me. So anyway, that's how it came through. That was a lot. That was a lot for one reading, was it not? I did want to pull a love note from my Mark Anthony book. Stargazing. Just think, before we met, we were both looking at the same stars and dreaming of the same love. Real magic, true love doesn't vanish when times get tough. It shines all the way through. So take that message as you will. It could be that the intention for your connection with your divine masculine was already set in place long ago. And the time for it to culminate will occur when the time is meant to occur. Now, people think that the divine masculine, like it is an embodiment within a person, right? But that one person may not have the full whole essence of your divine masculine. Another masculine may have other aspects of your true whole divine masculine. One may have more aspects of the masculine than 10 combined. And still perhaps, like, I guess we were talking, what was it? Like, it's never enough or something like that. I mean, so no one is meant to mirror you, I guess, in the sense of, like, no one is meant to be everything for you, but someone can sure be more good for you than not. More beneficial, more a partnership that can nurture you greater, love you greater, be more in themselves, that they're able to be more for you. And by that is that you're not with someone that has zero time for you because their life is so full of busy, where you cannot be a priority, or where you cannot be a significant part of where that energy is placed. Okay? So, do we do a crystal? Just one crystal. The tiger's eye. We'll take it. The tiger's eye. So the tiger's eye says, combines the earth energy with the energies of the sun to create a high vibrational state that is nevertheless grounded, drawing the spiritual energies to earth. Placed on the third eye, it enhances psychic abilities in earthly people and balances the lower chakra, stimulating the rise of the Kundalini energy. It's a protective stone, traditionally carried as a talisman against ill wishing and curses. It shows the correct use of power and brings out integrity. It assists in accomplishing goals, recognizing inner resources, and promoting clarity of intention. Placed on the navel, the tiger's eye is excellent for people who are spaced out or uncommitted. It grounds and facilitates manifestation of the will. Tiger's eye anchors change into the physical body. This stone is useful for recognizing both your needs and those of other people. It differentiates between wishful thinking about what you want and what you really need. So mentally, the tiger's eye integrates the hemispheres of the brain and enhances practical perception. It aids in collecting scattered information to make a coherent whole. It's helpful for resolving resolving dilemmas and internal conflicts, especially those brought about by pride and willfulness. The tiger's eye is particularly useful for healing mental dis-ease and personality disorders. Psychologically, tiger's eye heals issues of self-worth, self-criticism, and blocked creativity. It aids in recognizing one's talents and abilities, and conversely, faults that need to be overcome. It supports an addictive personality in making changes. Emotionally, tiger's eye balances yin-yang and energizes the emotional body. It alleviates depression and lifts moods. The tiger's eye treats the eyes and aids night visions. It heals the throat and reproductive organs and dissolves constrictions. It is helpful for repairing broken bones. You can wear it on the right arm as a pendant for short periods, or position on the body as appropriate in healing. Place on the navel chakra for spiritual grounding. Okie dokie. Did that not go with our message today? That was pretty cool. So that's all, folks. I'm not doing cards. I'm not doing, I think that clarifies a lot of the current energies. Maybe I'll come back later and do another reading. Take care. Let's see if we can do this now.